Oh, but doctors know best, don't they? And Barbara Starfield's nothing but a quack. And doctors, you should never question them, should you? No. Poor Bethany, Agnes's mother, now being forced over almost double of the amount that she was taking in the outside world. What a nightmare, huh? Poor Bethany. I'm sure Bethany's terrified. She was already upset when she was taking almost half of this medication, and now she's being forced to take almost double of what she was taking, and over triple of what she was supposed to be taking, because her psychiatrist actually, on the outside world, actually listened to her. But we all know, poor Bethany, yeah, you go into these mental hospitals and they just do whatever the fuck they want to, because who's gonna know? Who's gonna know? This is the story of the mentally ill stuck away in hospitals against their will. Beaten and abused, lost and confused, they roam these halls, lost and lonely, waiting for a kind word from staff or family. I know, because it happened to me. It doesn't matter if you have wealth. It doesn't matter if you have bad health. Rich or poor is the same, you see. All you'll get is a look of pity. All they do is over-medicate. You take a pill for stress and insanity. I know, because it happened to me. Waiting for a kind word from staff or family. I wish I knew your poem by heart, Mama. But it ends, all of this happened to me. It's true, and you're labeled crazy in this mental zoo. My mother wrote that when she was not inside a mental hospital. She wrote that a few years ago and shared it with me. She also shared it with the woman, her sister, her beloved. Oh my God, she'd throw me to the wolves. She would do anything for this woman, sister who died last year of pancreatic cancer. And that sister negated her, negated my mom. Mental hospitals aren't like that, Samantha. Yeah. How the fuck do you know? You've never been in one in your fucking life. And you should kiss the ground and thank God. Thank the God you believe in and I don't. Thank the God you were praising up into the very end while your body was being eaten alive by cancer. Oh yeah. Praise God that you never have experienced, even for one day of your life, what my mother has repeatedly experienced, okay? You guys can find that poem of my mom's out there. There's a video I have that says, I recorded it, my mom came to visit me when I was in the shelter, and we recorded it outside some store or something. We recorded it outside, and my mom videoed it while I said it, and I recited it, and I think the video is called Alicia recites the poem her schizophrenic mother wrote, or something or other, okay? My mother's known about YouTube for years. She and I both feared that Auntie, me more than her, but that Auntie would find out. It took all this time for Auntie to find out, so I suppose I should be grateful about that. But my mom's known. My mom's known. In the past, she's even told me, I want you to tell my story, Laura. I want you to tell it. I'm like, Mom, I already have. And close to 5,000 videos out on YouTube that I've been doing this for like 7 years. Told your story, my story. And my mother's just one person. To you guys who are just, she's just a statistic. If her liver fails or if she dies or whatnot, she's a statistic. But not to me. To me, she's my mother. And I know what's happening to her. I know. I don't care. I don't care if people want to argue with me. Joe and I know the truth, okay? We know the fucking truth. We know the truth. You can say that's arrogant, yeah. But all these doctors aren't. They're arrogant as they come. They totally belittle and negate natural remedies that have been around for thousands of years and promote it to the heavens like it's the panacea to cure all human woes, chemicals that they created in a lab. That's what all medications are. All pharmaceuticals are just chemicals that these doctors create in a lab. And that's why there's so many side effects that in Joe's and I's world of alternative and whatnot, you don't say they're side effects, you say they're effects, okay? That's why Barbara Starfield did that research and you know, there's so many deaths per year, and it's not from you know, doctors messing up or something. That happens too. It's simply from bad reactions to all there's so many pharmaceuticals, and you don't even know how they react with each other. That's like that article I shared with you. You don't know how these drugs react with each other in your system. They haven't studied that. They don't know. But common sense tells you that they all build up in your system, but how they react with one another. Because a lot of times it's older people that are taking so many medications a lot of times. They can be taking like 10, 20, 30 medications a day, and who knows how those all interact with each other, you know? It's all a bunch of hooey. But you get locked up in a mental hospital and you're their guinea pig. You're just trapped. You can't even, you know... What can I do about it? Nothing. What can Agnes, Tanya do about their mothers? Nothing. Poor Stacy. Poor Bethany. Poor Samantha. God, Mama, I wish I could. I just have a brain blip when it comes to her poem. I wish I could recite it by heart. I only know the first and last part. You know, it has lines for waiting for a kind word from Stafford. Gives a look of pity. I just have a brain blip when it comes to that damn poem. I know it ends, all of this happened to me, it's true, when you're labeled crazy in this mental zoo. I know it has, you know, the beginning, they roam these halls lost and lonely, waiting for a kind word from Stafford family. I've said it more than once out here. You can find it, type schizophrenic in the subject line, you know. Miss Grandma, Miss Angel, Miss Grandma. Mama misses not being in a constant state of panic. Mama misses getting good night's sleep and not having nightmares every night. Right? Right? Light bright, making things with light. Light bright, making things with light bright. I gotta show that weird-ass face. Weird-ass one more face. Pumped up face. Look. Look. Gremlin. Gremlin. Mama, look. Mama's sad. Mama's so grateful she's not experiencing what Grandma's experiencing, though. That's just... I can't even imagine it. Cannot even imagine it. Oh, my Mama cannot even imagine experiencing what Grandma's experiencing right now. Can't even imagine it. See, he can't imagine it either. He's shaking his head. Can't imagine it. I have to utilize some sort of denial because I can't function. You know what I mean? I can't function. If I think about this too much, I can't function. Rich and famous people would never be in this position. They can take their loved one and try different things and get them into a nice stress-free environment, and and just make sure that the doctors respect what they're saying and try natural remedies mixed with the regular psychiatric. You know what I mean? I'm just helpless. 100% helpless. I'm not saying that people don't need the psychiatric medication. I'm not going to be that presumptuous. But they don't have to fucking be drugged up like zombies. How do you ever get better if you're drugged up like a fucking zombie? That's what I really want you guys to tell me, huh? How are you really going to get better when you can't even talk, when you're drugged up like a fucking zombie? It's bullshit. It's such bullshit that it's just...